The day has finally come. Nintendo just revealed the Nintendo Switch 2 in all of its glory. What games were shown off? What new and exciting features were shown? And when are we getting this console? Well, let's break that all down. Up next. What's going on, guys? It's Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. I can't stress how good this is to say out loud, but we finally know about the Switch 2 and all of the games that are coming with it. So, without further ado, let's break that down. Up first, let's talk about Mario Kart World, which is the brand new Mario Kart. This will be an exclusive title for the Switch 2, and it comes with a bunch of new features that honestly got me really excited. It looks like we're going to be getting costumes for each of the drivers. King Boo was rocking this nice coat with a mustache and a top hat. It was all great to see. We also got new characters in the form of the cow from Moo Moo Meadows, which, honestly, that's pretty insane to think about. And there were other features that were thrown in the mix, like carts can now grind on rails and ride up walls. The biggest thing for me is this game is gonna kind of be like Forza Horizon, where you're gonna be able to kind of free roam throughout this open world, and you can kind of drive from race to race. Not only that, but it was confirmed that this will be a launch title for the Switch 2, and a direct kind of talking about this game more in depth. That's coming in April. Next up, a big thing I think Nintendo really needed to hammer home was talking about voice chat. And it looks like game chat on Nintendo devices is finally here, and it's kind of like a Discord chat. The mic for the Switch 2 is built into the console itself, and it appears it's gonna have some type of noise suppression, and you can use this in handheld mode with screen sharing. Now, the ever so elusive C button, that feature was revealed, and it's gonna be a chat menu option. And for me, I know for Nintendo, it's been a long time coming. They needed this voice chat in the console itself and not on some random app, but it's nice to see it here and all of the other cool features they added in. Speaking of which, the Nintendo Switch 2 camera was shown off, and you can use your camera footage within the games itself. Another new experience is you can use your game that you play on your own device and share it with other people, including people on the Switch 1. Now that we got that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the console itself and what it's actually capable of. It looks like we will be getting a 7.9-inch display, and it will be HD, with a 1080p screen at 120 frames per second. Now, I was kinda hoping for an OLED, but it will be an LCD screen, but it also gets HDR support. Now, as far as storage goes, I'm kinda down on the console in this regard. You're only getting 256 gigs of internal storage. But this is where those micro SD express cards are gonna come into play. They made it a point to kind of say that SD express cards are the only viable external options for the device. So kind of keep that in mind when you're looking for storage options for the Switch 2. Now, 4K isn't neglected here. You're gonna get 4K support in docked mode with HDR, which for me, when we talk about Nintendo consoles and all they're capable of, it was almost a must for me that the Switch 2 does feature 4K in some regard. Now, as for the big question itself, when are we getting hands on this device? When can I go get the device from the store, come home, and play all my games? Well, it turns out June 5th. 2025 is the release day for the Switch 2. Now that we're talking about games, it's gonna get convoluted, but we got 3 different types of games you can play on your Switch 2. Of course, up first, there's normal Switch 2 games. Then there's gonna be backwards compatible Switch 1 games that are just kind of the base option for the game itself. Then we got Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Switch 1 games, which those are the games that are gonna be getting the massive upgrades. We're gonna dive into what games exactly are getting those treatments. Games like Mario Party Jamboree will be getting a Jamboree TV edition with a bunch of new features like mouse control, audio options, and of course, they're gonna integrate that mouse feature. Up next, 2 games I'm very excited. I'm gonna kind of hold off playing them because I'm currently playing through them right now. are Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are getting these upgraded versions with HDR. Now let's talk about third-party games, because there's a lot there, so I'm gonna kind of list them off. Up first, the big one, the kind of Skyrim that was for the Switch 1, we got Elden Ring coming to the Switch 2. Elden Ring to me is the biggest game that was announced here, along with Cyberpunk 2077. Those two games are really gonna push the limits of the Switch 2 to kind of see what it's really capable of. Other third-party games include Hades 2, Street Fighter, Split Fiction, Madden, and FIFA, along with Hogwarts Legacy, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4, Hitman, and Yakuza 0 are also coming to this console. They also snuck in at some point, it was a blur at that point, but apparently a brand new James Bond game is coming as well. Now, this is the moment I've been waiting for. Out of all things they could have announced, there was two things, and oddly enough, I got both of them today. But first up, GameCube games are coming to NSO. Now I know you're gonna kind of sit there and say, well, no duh, of course we're gonna expect this on the Switch 2 release, but it's finally great to say it out loud and that it's actually confirmed. We got titles like Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, F-Zero GX, and above all else, I never thought I'd say this out loud, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness and Pokemon Coliseum are coming to NSO. I mean, honestly, I never thought I'd see these games come again. It's almost like the Pokemon Company just disregarded them and thought they were nothing. But to me, they mean something, and I can't wait to play them on NSO. Now, we're gonna wind down this video because I'm getting too excited here. But we got two more games to talk about, and they were two games I didn't expect to see. Up first, the game that Masahiro Sakurai has been working on this whole time is a brand new Kirby Air Riders. This is a game that started off on the original GameCube. It's a game I played a lot in my childhood, and to think we're getting a new one now for the Switch 2, it's insane to think about. Not only that, but my prayers were answered. They finally listened. We are getting a brand new 3D Donkey Kong game, and it's in the form of Donkey Kong Bonanza. This is very much shades of Super Mario Odyssey, but it's gonna be Donkey Kong. My only problem here is, why is the man wearing overalls? Like, come on. Free them. But I honestly can't complain here too much. This game looks beautiful, albeit the Donkey Kong model I'm not all that a fan of. But hey, it's a good game. I can't wait to get my hands on that, which it will be releasing on July 17th. Overall, this Switch 2 presentation was exactly what I needed. There was the weird stuff, there was the exciting news, there was the NSO stuff. It was just the perfect storm. But I'm not gonna yap anymore. I'm gonna pass it off to you guys. What'd you think of the Switch 2 Direct? But that about does it here. I've been K-Lo, I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content, drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.